I'd like to call a special meeting of Public Works Committee to order. I'm Kevin Fred Demick, Vice Chair of Public Works, and I'll be doing the meeting today. If we could all please stand if you're able and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We could please get a roll call.
Mr. Fanton, Mr. Demick,
Here.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mr. Sear, Mr. Healy,
Here.
Mr. Stockin,
Here.
and Mr. Harris. 5 present, 2 absent.
Could we get an approval of the minutes for March 6, 2024?
Curran moves.
Healy will second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. All right. Superintendent Windus is going to discuss courthouse roof replacement. You're up.
Thank you, sir. With the only thing on the agenda for today is a Tremco proposal for re-roofing the old courthouse and Weights and Measures building. It's the front portion of the old courthouse, and Weights and Measures is the corner, small little building in the corner. Public Works requests a resolution authorizing Allegheny County to accept the proposal from Tremco for the replacement of the roof on the old courthouse and the current Weights and Measures building. This project will be completed by their in-network contractor, Elmer Davis. The price of the proposal is $524,605 and is registered with Omnia Contract number R230404. The term of the contract will be from the date of execution of the purchase and order until completion of the project. And this proposal is subject to review and approval by the county attorney.
Stockin moves.
We get a second?
Healy will second.
Discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
taking into account that we've done our space needs assessment, and that we've hired a consultant, which I think our report's either done or soon to be done. I'm curious about the viability, maybe taking into consideration some other factors too, environmental factors. The old highway building, what's the viability of that building overall?
So Weights and Measures was the old highway building, so everybody has that building that employment and training in now has had several different departments since it was built. So I think that we're all talking about that little building out in the parking lot. Just so we are all on the same page.
My brain was in friendship, so I wasn't.
I apologize, I go back
No,
there,
that's okay.
I go back that far in time here.
Now we're on the same page. No, that's fine. Is there some issues with it? Absolutely. However, we have employees in there right now that we don't have a place for them, and the roof is actively leaking. So, we just felt like in the interim, we at least got to get a good roof on it so we can figure out exactly where those employees are going to be, in the long term. But right now, for the short term, we're looking at 3 to 4 or 5 years maybe they need to be in there. So
Tom, do you have a breakdown of what that roof cost?
they did they separate the?
Well, the total bid again was,
524,000.
And the total bid, I believe, came in lower than our expectations on this when we appropriated ARPA money. So we're good to go on the numbers.
I'm not against saying any of it, but my only question is the viability of that building and where, how much that's gonna cost us for the roof over there if it's,
I thought it was 120-some thousand, something I read at one point.
Yeah, we don't really have it readily, but we can get it to you. It's obviously is much smaller than the larger roof on the old courthouse facility. And we lumped them together to try and save on mobilization, in and out. So, and like I said, it's actively leaking. We have done the asbestos surveys. There's no asbestos there in the roof. So I think that, as Chris had mentioned, it's cheaper than the actual proposal estimate to begin with, so we feel very comfortable with it.
And as Tom pointed out, we don't have another place for employment and training to go right now. And the roof, it's not just, oh, we need to replace the roof, it's actively leaking into the spaces that the employees occupy. And I will say, this old courthouse roof is leaking quite badly too. You can walk through there at times and actually see the leaks, so it is important we move on the old courthouse soon.
So you think we can get another 5 to 10 years out of that building?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay.
Gary?
When you say the old courthouse, you're talking about the original 1937 courthouse building?
That is correct, the front part of the old courthouse. So
When you say the front part, that's okay.
that's the whole, yeah, the whole front. It's connected to the new courthouse facility, but
Right.
yes, the older portion.
That's the reason I said 37.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Tom, does this walkway go with that too?
Yes, it does, and including the walkway that comes across, because that was leaking as well.
So-
And that roof is actually delaminated from the existing solid roof, and in a good windstorm, we could actually lose the whole thing. So we really wanted to get this moving, so hopefully the contractor is able to get in before school season starts. As soon as school gets out, they're gonna be doing roofs for schools. So that's why we really wanted to get it moving. You're welcome.
Jan?
Does this have to be bid, or is it through a state contract or something?
This is a cooperative purchasing contract, and I know Tom had done a good job kind of scouting out the numbers beforehand, so we had an idea when we made the ARPA appropriations. As I said, this one comes below those numbers, so we feel good with the cooperative purchasing agreement.
Anyone else? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And that is carried. Is there any other old business? New business? Good of the order? Can I get a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that a motion.
You'll second it?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you.